going on, guys? It's your boy Elisha here. Welcome back to Go. This right here is the show where we discuss everything in the world of football from the past week. And by we, of course, I mean myself, yours truly, the king, the man, the myth, the legend, and you, the amazing, beautiful, illustrious, wonderful people of the world of football. Guys, I'm feeling great today. I'm happy as I can be. It's been a great week in football. So without further ado, let's get right to the business. And of course, as always, I gotta make way for my trusty assistant, El Laptop. Okay, so first of all, I just want to say a happy belated birthday to now 35-year-old Cristiano Ronaldo, living legend, absolute icon, one of the most just iconic players, one of the most hardworking, probably the player in history of football with the craziest work ethic, just an absolute legend and somebody who's definitely admirable in terms of his work ethic, in terms of accomplishment, in terms of skill, in terms of just character. He's like, there are very few like him in the history of football and in the history of sports, period. So happy birthday to him. Also on that same day, Neymar, happy 28th birthday to him too. Just an amazing talent overall, on his way to becoming a legend, just becoming a household name in football overall. Just one the most stylish and just fun players to watch in history, like as close to Ronaldinho as probably we've gotten in a very long time, if ever, since he stopped playing football. But Neymar's absolute just amazing guy, and yeah, man, it's a blessing to see that those two made it to see that day, and hopefully they get to live through many more birthdays. But now let's get straight into some football, and we're starting with a little bit of Spanish football right now. And in the Copa del Rey, breaking news. That was me breaking stuff. I was breaking stuff because it's breaking news. And in the Copa del Rey, Barcelona got eliminated by Athletic Bilbao in the Copa del Rey. First off, I want to shout out Iñaki Williams, okay? Mr. Consistency himself, hasn't missed a game in La Liga since 2016. Since 2016, this man has been consistently playing every single game, no injuries or through injuries, because I'm sure he's had some sort of spasm or soreness or tightness or something, because in 3 to 4 years, nothing. Like, I highly doubt it, but shout out to him, man. He shows up consistently every single game for the past 4 years, and that's admirable. Like, very few players get to do that. So he's definitely blessed too to just be able to be healthy enough to play and come in and perform, and he always plays well and does his best. So shout out to him. But even more so Athletic Bilbao for beating Barcelona. In the end, they won the game, but it was due to an own goal by Sergio Busquets. I'm not going to disrespect the guy, man. Kick him while he's down. But Barcelona lost, and their counterparts, Real Madrid, also lost in the Copa del Rey. But to Real Sociedad, 4-3. They were down 3-0. And who scored the first goal for Sociedad? None other than Odegaard himself. The Real Madrid loanee pierces through them and scores the first goal. It is hilarious seeing now how much he's silencing those Real Madrid fans, okay? Y'all are some beautiful people, but I've seen a lot of it of how much praise you guys give Odegaard, despite the team sending him out on loan, obviously saying, we don't really have a spot for you right now, and sending him out on loan, and now he was a big part of why you guys got eliminated from the Copa del Rey. Humble yourselves, okay? Because that was a big humble pie, a big delicious Odegaard flavored humble pie. But also in some La Liga news, what's been happening? Real Madrid beat Osasuna 4-1. Celta Vigo versus Sevilla. If you haven't seen that game, go watch it. Very entertaining game. Like it's one of those things that you watch and you're just like, a match like this, so technical, so just two teams that aren't at their peak, but such an entertaining and class, like just, you ever see some nice back and forth football and you're just like, man, like I wish I was in that crowd living that match. That was the Celta Vigo Sevilla. If you could somehow find that broadcast, I'm not telling you to go find it. I'm not telling you, okay, on behalf of Goal, I am not telling you to go and illegally find that broadcast. But if you find it, good for you. And you're going to be entertained. But watch the highlights on YouTube, if anything. But also Barcelona played against Real Betis. Surprisingly, Quique Setien's old team, the last La Liga team, the last team period that he managed in his professional coaching career. And now the current club he's in played against each other. But Barcelona came out on top and won that game 4-2. But Barcelona came back on top and won that game 3-2. Now, Real Betis played a wonderful game. Possibly, I say it was a good 60% to 40 in terms of how well they played compared to Barca. Like, and Betis was the 60%. I just think they played very well. And Nabil Fekir was man of the match if he didn't get sent off. And he got a yellow card, but then received another yellow card for talking back to the referee. Now, you guys have to understand, if you're a hothead and you come to La Liga, you are not going to win. You're not going to win. These referees don't play no games, man. And a referee, Jose Maria Sanchez Martinez, does not play any games. This man do you ever see his face? That's his face, constantly. That's just him. Guy like that, stop talking back. Take your foul, take whatever he says, and if it's really that unfair, you could protest, but they're very quick to give you a yellow card for disrespecting them. And right after that, Langley got himself sent off, and Langley is the one who put Barca on top to win the game. Nabil Fekir was the one who put Barca on top to make it 2-1. Both crucial goal scorers in the game got themselves sent off. So it was 10-10 at some point. But like I said, Barcelona came out on top, and it was a very, very, very good game. Messi, surprisingly, was not at his very best. Like, he missed a lot of good chances where you would think Messi would pull the trigger, like on some
ain't messing with no average chick.
Like, some stuff like that. Like, he would just pull it and shoot the ball, but he was very hesitant, not super confident as he's always been, or daring as he's been, as we know him forever. But I guess you just have those games. Even the greatest of them have those type of games. But maybe that kind of roots from the problems that has been going on at Barcelona recently. If you're not a La Liga or Barcelona fan, like, this episode is gonna suck for you. But they're making headlines right now. Barca is an absolute circus for a little bit. Like, and I say this with a lot of love. I love Barcelona, but everything is kind of upside down right now. And it's rooting from, a lot of it is rooting from the fact that Eric Abidal had an interview where he spoke on the situation with Valverde and why he got fired. And Messi, who never does this, and he even said it himself, came out publicly on Instagram to address Eric Abidal's comments and say that it's kind of dangerous when you do stuff like that, homeboy, because when you're saying that players, we're not working hard and players didn't want to play because of Valverde and they weren't getting along and the atmosphere in the locker room was this and this or that. Messi came out and said, bruh, you got to say names, because when you're saying just players, you're saying a lot of stuff. It's kind of putting all of us in the same pot, which we're not. And if you're a robot, then I'm not going to start rapping now. But that's pretty much what's going on. And they had that little feud. Messi posted on Instagram. It kind of blew up. And then there's rumors that now he doesn't really want to stay and that he could leave for Man City. And Pep came out and said, nah, Messi, stop playing with me. We good over here. Stay at Barcelona and finish your career. So there's a lot going on Barca right now. Hopefully it all gets resolved soon, because it's taken away from the football. They won the game against Betis. It's a positive after all of that happened in the past week. It's a positive to come out of. Hopefully they're consistent with it, go into the Champions League, win some more games, get used to Quique Setien's way of play, and I hope for his sake too that he proves everybody wrong, because everyone seems to think right now that Valverde was just fired way too early. I do too. And I hate to say I told you so, But I told you so. I said it. I said, give the man some time. Be a little bit more patient. Because right now, it's not any better with Kike Setien at the wheel. I'm not saying it's any worse. It's definitely not any better. So it's like you could have stayed with the manager that the players were already used to. Anyways, speaking of managers, Tuchel from PSG had a little fallout with Mbappe during the Montpellier game because he decided to take Mbappe out of the game. He scored. Why are you taking him out? Why are you subbing him? And Mbappe was clearly mad, and they were arguing, and we couldn't see what they were saying because he was doing that whole thing, but they like to with their hand in front of their mouths. But Mbappe clearly looked upset, and as he should be. He's one of the best players on that team, and you keep taking him off mid-game or like before the game ends. He wants to play that 90 minutes. He wants to potentially get another goal, and you're stopping him from doing that by taking him off for no apparent reason, no injuries, no anything. Let the boy play. Let the boy play, man. But also in the Serie A, Juventus lost to Verona 2-1, which was a big opportunity for Inter Milan to take over. Okay, to get some 3 points, to get ahead in goal difference, whatever they got to do to get back really into that race. And they did. But it wasn't like that throughout the whole game, because by the end of the first half, they were down 2-0 in their legendary Milan derby. Yes. They were playing their rivals, same city team, AC Milan, who, by the way, I gotta give props to, because ever since Ibrahimovic has been on the team, he's not scoring every single game, but they have been winning a lot more games. They have been a lot more consistent. They're climbing up the ranks. They're away they're a good distance away from the relegation zone, which they were close to at some point during this season. So I'm happy to see that they're getting back out there. But Inter Milan also, this is a testament to we here. Like we really trying to win this. Like for real. Like I mean for real. We trying to win. And so they came back, they showed how much they're focused, how much they're dedicated, and they played well. Lukaku played absolutely amazing, got himself the Lagos goal to seal that 4-2 win over AC Milan. And so now Milan is black and blue, as it has been for quite a while now, because they've just been the better team in that city. But congratulations to them. They were having a whole lot of fun. Lukaku documented the whole thing as he went into the locker room. And that's just, during those big games like that, man, that locker room is insane. It's crazy as hell. Everybody's happy. No one has clothes on. Just put y'all clothes on, please. Just please, somebody warn me. God. And they got the win on Oscar night. Lukaku, if anything, somebody just give Lukaku his Oscar. Okay, I'd like to thank the Academy and my brothers. Forza Inter. Forza. Oh my God, thank you to the Premier League for supplying us with all these players. We're gonna win the Serie A. But anyways, also another very big game, but in the Bundesliga, Dortmund versus Leipzig, and ended in a hefty 0-0. Yes, a 0-0 draw, which now makes it very, like a lot more interesting. We're seeing, like, it's tight right now. It's a lot of friction in the Bundesliga, but Bayern is still first somehow. Like I said last week, they managed to sneak their way in and get back on the top of the Bundesliga table, but they've got 43 points. Leipzig has 42 points. Bayer Leverkusen beat Dortmund 4-3 this week, and ever since he's been in Dortmund, this is the first game that Erling Haaland has not scored, which is, it's crazy to think that, oh my God, he hasn't scored in a game. Like, it's so regular for him that it's news when he doesn't score, which is the opposite for most people. But for him, it's just, the kid's unbelievable. But they drop points too. Not totally out of the race, out of the title race, but it's definitely not going to help him out if they keep winning games like this. When Bayern draws, when Leipzig, when Mönchengladbach draws, like, Dortmund should be picking up points so that they could get on top of that. But right now, whoever wins it, I know I've been kind of opposed the whole every year Bayern thing, but if they manage to work so hard to come back and win it, like, I gotta applaud the greatness, and I gotta, like, the dedication and being able to come back over that and win again for like the 8th year in a row. Gotta respect it, man. But quickly in the Liga MX in Mexico, Monterrey, what are you doing? They're last place in 5 games. They've lost 3 games in the Clausura part of the Liga MS season. They've lost 3 games and drawn 2. Like, they're the reigning champions. I feel like they're still partying and still in that champions mode, that they're really not caring about playing the games right now. But hey, to each their own. But it's just, y'all need to get back on top, because it's kind of embarrassing, just not just in the eyes of other people, because who cares, but to your fans and to yourself. Like, you kind of get it together. You're the reigning champions, even if you're not going to win this one too, but have like a decent season still. But yeah, guys, what else is new in football this week? Oh, the NYCFC, as we're approaching actually the MLS season, NYCFC had a launch for their new jerseys, which look absolutely fire. And they had their launch at Pele Soccer in Times Square right here in New York City. And your boy, of course, was over there mingling, talking to some people, getting some inside scoop, seeing who's when, where, how, why, what. But yeah, it was definitely a dope event. I hope that there are more of these in city in New York itself, because, you know, as we get in this game somewhere, we elevating the game right here in New York City, and so we have to get a lot more of these dope events with different teams and different people from the culture over here, because New York City, that Empire State of Mind, can elevate anything. So we gonna take the game there. And although there wasn't much from the Premier League this week, I still got to give a big shout out to Sergio Aguero for winning his 7th Premier League Player of the Month award, the most by any player in Premier League history. Congratulations to him. Also, Mourinho's bald now. I don't know if he's on his Michael Jordan thing, or he's trying to kind of emulate Pep and manifest his ways and his winning seasons with Manchester City. Seems like there's always something with Mourinho. He's like one of the most entertaining managers I've ever seen. Like, this guy is always something with him, and now some memes are being made about him, and he's really like breaking through to this social media culture thing without even being on it. So it's man, he's amazing. He's just an icon of the game, national treasure. Just give Mourinho his own museum, and it'll be filled with stuff that'll have you dying, that'll have you respect him as a coach, because he's so great. But some of the most hilarious moments in football history have been because of Jose Mourinho. He's amazing. But yeah, guys, with that being said, that's pretty much gonna be it for this week in football. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you, okay, for coming out here, sitting down, chilling with your boy. We're chilling, But yeah, guys, thank you again for watching. Make sure you remember to like and subscribe, support. Make sure you also check me out on social media. Your boy always got some things cooking up, okay? TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all that. But also, okay, make sure you share this video with your mommy, your daddy, your nanny, your babysitter, okay? The pigeons, the cats, the dogs, your pet tarantula, everybody, your baby brother, your baby sister, your grandma, your grandpappy. Just share the video, man. Also, check out the social media and the music in the description as always, and I will see you beautiful people, God willing, next time on Gall. Peace.